First, let's go this way. We'll show you the outside of the house. This is the. First of all, this is my wife Tanya, our little boy Dennis Rock, and this is our house. 310 West 10th Street in San Juan, Texas. And we're glad to have it. We believe it's a miracle that we have this house, and we thank God that we finally got a house. And we really like the place. You can see the yard. We got lots of trees, and we have a garden, which my father, my dad Lowell, wanted me to plant so badly. So and we're glad we do, because we get a lot of squash, a lot of tomatoes, a lot of corn. We did have a lot of turnips, but we got a lot of things in there, carrots, and we're real glad we have it. We have a park right across the street, which is real nice. We have real nice neighbors, and it's just the perfect place for us. And this is where we sit outside during the evenings, where it's nice and cool. We have a bench for the swing, and we just in a hammock, and we just relax and take it easy. Next, I'll have Tanya. She'll describe the inside of the house, since it's her house.
Mm-hmm. This video is partially for insurance reasons, so if we're talking about stuff that we have, that's the reason why. Welcome to the Austinson House of Confusion. This is our very, very short room. It's everyone's favorite room, but you can see that the ceilings are not very high, and we do have some friends who do get stuck in here. When we got the house, we had to re-pour the floor for the cement. It was Paul's first experience with cement work, and he did an excellent job. My dad helped out. A lot of the furniture that we have, my father made. I'd like to point some of this out. He made this for us. He made the bench for us. This is an antique of his that we're going to be refinishing soon. Our chair's from the Philippines. We've had it about 25 years. The couch he made for us. The chest he made for us. The telephone stand was a gift from my in-laws when they were visiting us this past January. Let's look at the stereo here. Got a stereo for coverage for the insurance reasons. This is everyone's favorite room. It's very comfortable, not much. It's very simple. I'd like to point this out here. This quilt was made by my grandmother. It's hand-pieced, and I tucked it under in the back so we can have privacy here in this room. We cover this room up because we have a lot of things that we don't want people to see. And this is our, I guess you'd call it an office or a library. Have a lot of books. The bookshelf, the computer desk, and everything was made also by my father for us. I'd like to note here the recorder here on the chair. This is a Tascam Mini Studio Porta 3 MK2 4-track recorder. It's got my headphones here with it. Underneath the keyboard, we've got the PVXR 680E 816 channel amplifier system. Got our microphone on top of the keyboard. We've got two Tannoy Arena speakers. The keyboard itself is a KT88 Ensoniq weighted action keyboard. And this is where I contrive a lot of my messes. We have a good time, and Stennis gets to scream in the microphone whenever it's on. Our vacuum cleaner for insurance. My books, which should be hard to replace if anything ever happened to them. We've got this humongous trophy that Paul won last year for Driver of the Year in 1995. Weighs a ton, and this award was given to him by the drivers who voted for the Driver of the Year, which is a real impressive achievement because there's over 100 drivers in the district. Our computer here, our computer, keyboard, printer, which is just your average computer. And this is one of our favorite rooms. We do spend a lot of time in here paying the bills, playing the keyboard, reading.
I appreciate you doing this.
Oh.
Great.
No problem. Walking into the kitchen, this kitchen was completely redone by my father. The cabinets are all new. I like the open shelves. Down on the bottom are completely open. We do cover them up because it's kind of jumbly. We've got the matching cabinet over here on the side that my father made and we brought from Georgia that matches the cabinets. We've got an antique egg basket down here that was given to us by my sister, Teresa. Copper egg basket, which is really nice. The onions Paul picked in the fields. They're turning all the onions out because they can't get enough money for them. So anyone can go and pick up free onions this time of the year. And let's see, we've got our stove, refrigerator, microwave, and a little coffee pot.
Don't forget the Mexican Cokes if somebody wants to steal those.
Yeah.
These here we buy in Mexico. You can buy these really cheap, I don't know, a dime a piece or so. They're really
If
good.
you have the bottle.
If you have the bottle. And so we love to have Mexican drinks. There's grapefruit, orange, Cokes, apple.
You'll notice here we have our water. This is a pump that pumps out the water. We do have to drink purified water because the water system is terrible down here. And we buy the water for about 20 cents a gallon. Alrighty. Do you want to unplug Wolfie's room? Kathy is not here today. She's staying with a friend for a few days while they're in Mexico. Kathy is from Mexico. This is her room. You notice the sewing machine in the corner? She's a top excellent seamstress. Let me get a picture of her since she's not here. We'll show who she is. This is Kathy. She's 29 years old, Dan Pritchard. And she's a super, super, super excellent cook. Super excellent. She's a very sweet girl, and she's like having a sister to us. We hope someday that she can travel with us up north. Maybe soon. She's learning how to play the guitar, and she does all of these things on the wall. They're her arts and crafts, so she's extremely talented in arts and crafts and sewing and anything that needs to be done. She cooks for us, she helps us clean, she sews our clothes, she cuts our hair, she takes care of the baby, anything. Kathy knows it. If you have a question, ask Kathy, because she's going to know the answer. So this is Kathy's room. And behind this door, we have a humongous walk-in closet where Kathy's clients get to try on the clothes. In the Austinson Hall of Fame, we've got all of our favorite pictures and things up here. It looks jumbly, but we really like it. For those of you who never saw my mother, this is a picture of my mother. You can tell the hairdo's from the 70s, but she was a very beautiful woman. And here, if we can squeeze down the hall here, this is the very skinny hall. You should have seen me trying to come down here when I was pregnant. We've got Paul's closet right here. We've got a storage closet right here. And in here we have the bathroom. If my decorating's kind of weird, it's because I'm a weird person. Just your regular bathroom. High ceilings. This is the old part of the house. The floor goes way down here on the side. This house is probably about 50-something years old. This is one of the older parts. The walls are double brick, so if we ever want to remodel, we've really got quite a handful to tear out. The plumbing is run between two walls of brick, so they had a hard time to do the plumbing. This is the side yard where we hang our clothes, and got a little shed in the back there. On the door here, If you're wondering what these little cards are, if you can't see them, they're scripture verses, so when you're in here you can think about the good things in life. And as we walk down the hall, we have a system, believe it or not, called red light, green light. If someone's coming out of the bathroom and someone's trying to come in, we go red light, and the person has to back up, and we have the right of way for coming out. Okay, the Hall of Fame again. This has to be repainted. We're going to repaint this and put it in Stennis's room. This is his, wait here. This here is my sister Chan's room for now. It's actually going to be Stennis's room whenever we have the chance. This is another quilt that was made by my grandmother. She made each one of us one. And this is Chan's handmade quilt. Chan collects angels. The wardrobe was made by my father. I have another one in the office. And this leads right to the front yard. That's the windows of the front yard there. You can see the porch and everything. This is Stennis's crib, which we haven't done anything much in this room because Chan's been here, so don't have the decorations up for the baby. And his Minnesota, go Minnesota, from Grandma and Grandpa Austinson. And when he gets a little bit heavier, we'll put that on him. Here's Chan's Angel. This one was made by Kathy, our friend, so you can see that she's quite talented. She could take a little scrap of anything and it just comes out beautifully. Most of these have been gifts to Chan. For years. This is Chan's foot. You can see her name written on it. She's had this ever since we were in the Philippines. This is one of our favorite rooms because the brick, you can tell that it's a solid room. This house is going nowhere. The brick and the wood ceilings remind us of a mission in Mexico where they always have white walls and the wooden ceiling. So this is our cabin room, as we call it, because it's kind of dark. You notice again the wooden ceilings, and we're looking out on the front lawn. This is our custom-made bed. Check out how high it is. I'll compare up against me. Hits me about right at my hips. My father made this the underbedding for us, and it's got humongous storage space. This was quite the trial when I was pregnant because I could barely get up on there, but I could roll off in the morning, so that was real easy. But it's very comfortable. We planned this so when our kids are older, they can't jump up in bed with us. This is where Stennis sleeps down here. This is called a Cuna de Moises, which is a crib of Moses. And Kathy bought that for us in Mexico, and she made the little padding inside with his little mattress. And he sleeps there when he sleeps. The scarves behind the bed there are silk scarves from India about 20-something years ago. And they're real pretty. They're getting old, but I like them. And here we have Paul's recliner, which most of you have seen a million times. Got our air conditioning unit there for insurance reasons. Stennis's things are over here. And for those of you who don't know what these are, these are cloth diapers. Some of the younger generations have never seen them, I guess. Check it out. Padding in the middle. And you fold it and you stick it on that baby. Cloth diapers. This is my dresser. It's an old one. Fat one. I like it because it's got the old curves in it. And we're trying to find replacement handles for this one, but they're hard to find because it's so old. The mirror does not go with it. The mirror was a gift to us from my sister, Teresa. And this, I would like to show this. Teresa made this for Stennis. This little piggy went to market because I collect pigs. So this is his birth announcement there. And my closet over here, which we're not going to look in. And on the wall over here, these are more scripture cards that Paul reads before he goes to sleep and when he gets up. Starts your day off right and ends it right. What are you shooting? The doodad? It's just the look. The look. The look with Paul. Let me point something out here. This was made here by Teresa, and the butterfly was made by my father many, 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 many years ago. The spoons, of course, are from up north, and the Norwegian prayer. I'm sure you've all heard that. This is our kitchen. A lot of the things in here were made, of course, by Kathy. She made all of the curtains, all of the cushion covers in the living room. She made the curtains in here. She made the curtains and the bed ruffle in Chan's room. You'll notice on the shelf, we've got quite a lot of pigs because that's what I collect. These are the oldest pigs that I have. These were my grandmother's many years ago, and they're kissing pigs. They're salt and pepper shakers. They've got magnets on the nose. So these really mean a lot to me. And this pig means a lot to me because I gave it to my grandmother before she died, and when she died it got passed on to me. These pigs are from Mexico. This one's kind of a weirdo pig, and this is the piggy bank. And these here, if you're wondering what we keep up there, kind of gross looking. These are papaya seeds. Papaya is a plant that grows here and in Mexico and in South America. It's an orange fruit. We've got some trees in our neighbor's yard. They give us papaya. I don't like it, but Kathy really likes it. She's going to plant papaya trees. This is the back of the house. We still got work to do, but it's home. Paul's getting out his lawnmower over at the shed. The shed came with the house, and here you have to lock up everything or you will never see it again. This neighborhood is very good. It's very quiet, very friendly, but we still take precautions.
This is my farm machinery.
John Deere.
Yeah, it's not quite John Deere. It's called a lawn boy. For insurance reasons, they're showing this in case somebody steals it. I bought it from a pawn shop for $50. It's probably stolen anyway, so if anybody sees their lawnmower, here it is.
Can you see the stepping stones down on the ground there? Those stepping stones have been there for a million years. We thought they led to the pot of gold, but they didn't.
This is the Austinson laundromat. This is our clothes dryer.
Yeah.
Works good. Down here it's so dry, within an hour everything's dry because the air's so dry most of the time.
Now we're walking back over here to take out the garbage can. Garbage cans provided by the city of San Juan. Pablo, Scooter's crying. They're humongous. Garbage comes twice a week. We have super nice neighbors on all sides. They bring us food, we bring them food.
Okay.
This is our laundry room. It's long and thin, but it does the job. Then we'll note the washing machine there for insurance. And Paul's handyman shelf.
He's not crying.
You want him crying?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it?
This skun is crying. He doesn't cry very much, only when he wants to eat and be picked up. And right now he wants to be picked up. He's a nice little baby.
Yeah. I'll show you the correct way to pick up a baby.
Dan Pritchard.
His name is Stennis Rock. He's named after my dad's father, my grandfather, and
We're very glad we picked that name.
Notice the Austinson feet
Very long.
and the big Austinson hands, which are just like Lowell Austinson with the fingernails that curve over.
His feet are so big, at 1 month, his feet are the size of an average 6-month-old baby.
Like
So they're big.
Cougar.
Everyone likes him. He got dark blue eyes. They're turning lighter now, I think, but everyone likes his eyes down here because blue eyes is a rarity here. Most people have brown eyes because of the Hispanic culture.
Hey, sweetie, give him a smile. Give him a smile. Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to smile a lot. He's a very good baby. He's just like an Austinson. He eats all day and sleeps all night. He's a miracle. Tanya went through a lot of problems to have him. Tanya was in labor at least 45 hours. I didn't think she was going to make it. That was a long time, but we're just glad that everything's okay and he's very healthy, and we just pray every day that he'll always be a servant of God, and then we know that God has a plan for his life, but I just pray that he always serves God, always.
Alrighty, what else do we need to see? Anything else? Dennis and Daddy. We already have a lot of things at home. Took us not a whole lot of work, but my dad helped us out a lot, so we got by pretty cheap for redoing it. I wish I had taken pictures before we started, but I came home from work, from school one day, and I was going to take pictures of the kitchen because we knew we were going to remodel the kitchen. And my dad had a crowbar, and he was prying the cabinets off the wall, so it was too late to take pictures of the kitchen. But behind the walls is just brick. I mean, the whole house is just... I'm glad I didn't have to remodel it because it's very hard to do when the walls are 2 bricks thick. So, but this is South Texas. This is home.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandfather. Hello, cousins. Hola, primos. The babies will be bilingual because we're going to speak to the baby in Spanish and English. Down here they call it Tex-Mex when they combine the 2 languages. He's probably getting hungry. He loves to eat. Well,
This is again the chest that my father made. I want you to see it because he did all the carving. He made this chest for me before I went to school, to college. Tanya, the bird in the corner. Completely made by hand. Hand-beaten brass handles on the side and pegs instead of nails, so it's a family heirloom. This is our favorite picture of when Paul and I got married. In the car, ready to drive off. This is my mother and father when they got married. I wore my mother's wedding gown. The 4 of us when we were little girls. And the 4 of the Austinson boys. So again, back outside. Notice the porch here. We got that porch when the man who poured the floor dumped off a whole bunch of extra concrete. And Paul made this porch without any form, and he cut off the edges with an old saw. And it was the first time he's ever done it, and they had to work in a hurry before it dried. But he did an excellent job. Outside, our favorite place to be. The owner, well, the previous owner of the land, said that he'd sell us the trees and throw in the house with it because the trees are so uncommon here in South Texas. And we just are really thankful for the house. Their son's the conquering hero, with the conquering hero baby Rocky. Dun, 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 dun. Happy to be here. Our van. and Paul's truck's parked way down around the corner, and a friend's car here in the driveway. The old truck. This here is a beautiful plant. You can't see it. It's supremely beautiful with very, very nice flowers. And right here is the alley that divides our house from the other people. That's the garden. Here we have cabbage, a few plants of cabbage, corn. We've got watermelon. Let's see a watermelon. There are some watermelon even as we speak. Little bitty round ones about the size of my hand.
Here we have tomatoes. I'll pick a tomato up this, ready to be picked.
And there it is. Well, there it was. There it is.
And we also have squash.
Yellow
We got
squash.
three different kinds of squash. Yellow squash, zucchini squash, and we got big squash from Mexico.
Well, there's some plants. There's one. There's a squash right there.
And this is we have bell peppers.
Let's see. You can help with the cord here. Bell peppers. There's a little one.
With real horse manure on the ground, given to us by a friend Ed Prophet.
And our skinny stick of a corn there. Here's some more squash. These are the green zucchini. Here's one right there. You need to pick that guy. Right here. Big one. Alrighty. More tomatoes.
Tell you, I'm going to pick a squash and give it to her. You want to film it? I'm going to pick a big squash here because it's time to be picked, and I'm going to give it to the lady that bought us the camera. See, these are very good. We mix them with hot dishes and fry them up. They're absolutely delicious. Our favorite is called pollo con calabaza, which means squash with chicken.
And it's very, very good. Made by our good friend Tuffy. Let's see here. Fuzzy stuff there. Our carrot tops. Once again, the Asmussen house. Three bedroom, one bath, living room, kitchen. Our side yard with the shed. Our neighbors over here. Very nice people, super mechanic. Paul's tetherball game.